Buddy, it's Tags here. I haven't made a video in ages. I was thinking of maybe doing some more YouTube orientated stuff, but life gets ahead of me. Anyway, more to the point. Been watching tons of content creators talking about Volk, the Hatsit banner coming up this weekend, and the following banner next weekend. I won't be going for either Volk or Hatsit because I both have them at A0. They're on here somewhere. So we'll have Volk at the top there, and Hatsit somewhere else. But there was a comment made on one of these YouTubers I watch quite regularly, which is Blunt Guts. And someone asked, my Hatsit and Volk are both A0, same as mine. Is A1 Volk a must for contents like Gear Dungeon 2 Arena? And I responded, for Gear Dungeon 1 and 2, Volk doesn't actually need her A1. It's her ult that will clear the waves, and if she's with an added shield, she will gain increased attack range. So paired with her artifact, which gives her shield for every hit outside of her ult, perfect, or a shield buffer, she can be used in Geared Dungeon and Arena. A couple of people talk about there, another person mentioned, and Bloodskirt's come back to me and said, you don't get a +1 range for actually having a shield. Using the ultimate while shielded consumes the shield and gives you a few buffs. One of which actually gives you the +1 range is the ultimate. So at A0 you get maximum of 4 tiles, and A1 is maximum of 5. I did actually respond to this and said I'll make a video and I will test it myself, and said that, to be honest, I'm pretty certain that the case is that you do actually get another +1 on your range. So if we have a look at her general stats, she has a 3 tile range in standard flat stats, and when we have a look at her ultimate, she has a increased range of 4. So this is where I think the misconception is. So increases damage by 50% for 30 seconds, consumes any shield that the hero has at present, increasing attack range by 1, attack speed by 100, and damage by up to 100% based on the strength of the shield. So what people seem to think is that, or what they're saying is actually the +1 is because of the 4 tile range of the ultimate. That's not actually how it works. The whole entire consuming of a shield is tied down. Everything under that statement there, the ultimate, the only thing it does is increases attack damage by 50% for 30 seconds. The whole entire other section is a completely different element to her ultimate. And this is what the point I was trying to make across. Now, I don't mind other people saying, technically you're wrong, this is how we learn. So I'm going to go into Gear Dungeon. I've got it on 10. I've just thrown gear on there. I'd probably fail if I went all the way through to try and complete it, because I've only just done it recently and I just threw whatever gear I can. So we get to the point where we have Valk at the top, and then I can bring her in, and then I can cast her with her ult or without her ult. I have not got her artifact on to give her basically permanent micro shield, and which is massively handy for nearly all the content. So let's just throw it in there. Obviously, because I do have a Soldi, it will be granting her a shield at times as well, which is not exactly what we want, but we just keep it going. So right, I'm just going to slow it down for you now. So let's get some ultimates popped. Now speed up again quickly. So now what I do is wait for this Crimson Moon to pop. As soon as it pops, the Valk goes down, Dolores down. So currently she has no shield, granted a shield. Right, I'm going to wait for the next Crimson Moon to strike to knock that shield off. Or actually, let's just do the ult straight away, and then let's see the attack range. So she's there. So pop ultimate, uses the shield, Dolores ult. She is hitting. If I pause the game, you see, if you count the tiles over 1, 2, 3, 4, she should only be hitting the front row of enemies. If what people are reading and what they're stating is as correct, her ultimate, regardless of having a shield, should only go 4 tiles. There, you can see she just hit 5 tiles, which confirms the fact that it's her ultimate that is doing it. There is no bug, there's no other thing. It is her ultimate, while casted, while having a shield, gives her those buffs, gives her the attack speed, and therefore boosts her actual attack range of her ultimate to 5 tiles. A lot of people saying you need A1 to achieve a 5-tile range, which gives them the misconception that people think that they can't do Gear Dungeon 1, potentially might waste important resources on trying to boost her up to be able to get to that point. So if I just go back to game, restart, let me show you what it's like when she does not have a shield. So let's just pop them all down. Let's just pop Karma. And by the way, I will say Zarus is absolute god mode. I might do, I was thinking, shall I start doing videos again, covering heroes that people only really show off in certain content, and I really want to bring a lot like Zealous, one of the most hated heroes in the game, and how crazy damage he can actually solo normal gear raid 1 by himself. Absolutely incredible now, especially with his equipment and his kit and his artifact. It's absolutely amazing. So Crimson Moon again pops. Let's get Valks down, let's get Dolores down, and now let's wait now. So she's been granted her shield, so grab the banquet. Let's wait for the Crimson Mood, knock that shield off. Right, so no shield at all, ultimate. So you can see now that she is only hitting the front row of enemies, which is a 4-tile range. So let's just quickly throw it back on again. Keep the speed going. A couple of people might be looking at this saying, why am I using a Solday and not Brokir? The fact is I'm using Solday rather than Brokir is because of the Lord bonus. Because granting the shields is mightily handy. Admittedly, it's only for Northerners, so really it's just to make sure it's an extra little buffer for Valk to make sure that she does have an active shield when she needs to, when she's defending the top row up there by herself. So let's just quickly... Oh, I've just popped my ult by accident. Probably won't clear this wave now, but there's no way that they're able to break through. But what will happen is, because I've gone earlier, if I don't wipe all of those enemies out, they will eventually break the next lot. There will be one, or how many's left will break through at the top. So let's get Valk down now. Let's pop Dolores, good luck. Get the shield buff from the Lord bonus. Enemies coming in, let's wait for them all to there, so let's pop the ultimate. Boom, 5 tiles of range. And let me just back out. So that proves it. A shield gives you everything. In a kit, her ultimate only gives you the boosted attack. That is all the ultimate actually does. So let's go back and just review it quickly. So where is she? So as you can see, my Valk is A0, not even A1. That basic attack range just increases her basic attack range to be on par with her ultimate when she is not buffed by a shield. That's all that does. So that awakening, in my opinion, shit, let's be honest, is handy in a lot of areas of the game, don't get me wrong, but then you have other people with a 3-tile range that boosts up to like 3 by 3 in front, which like Ymrit, which is an absolute beast. In a lot of content I'll choose Ymrit over Valk, but the reason why I like Valk in certain regards is because Volk is just purely a magic dealer, damage dealer, and Ymrit is normal physical damage and magical damage during his ultimate, which can make it really difficult to defend certain points and so forth like that. So when it's kind of neutral content, Ymrit will just annihilate everything. So yeah, like I was saying, attack range, basic, ultimate, when it is just increasing damage by 50% and 30 seconds, is 4-tile attack range. Upon consuming a shield, the hero at present, or has at present, increases at the attack range by 1, attack speed by 100, and damage by 1000%. So there we go. That is actually what is going on with Volk. So I hope that clears out for a couple of people. A couple of people can look at this and think, you know what, I don't need to push to get Volk to A1. I don't need to use any of my stones, and I can go and use them on Ymrit like I have. I was tempted to use them on Kagiri to get him to his A3 to do more damage on the guild boss, but I want varying content and better damage and guild v guild. So Ymrit was the number one for me for my stones. But yes, so if you go into that point, just to clear things up, I hope other YouTubers can put a little community post out to clear this up for their community when they come to summoning this weekend, and hopefully it's not too late for them. Thank you for tuning in, and this is Pro out. I'm going to go and eat some dinner.